is going on, governors? Chisgule here. And today, well, we're gonna test Hector in the field. Ooh. Hey, yo. Mr. Bear. Thank you for the super chat. Says, please tell me I don't have to invest in him. We're gonna figure that out. I never really tested him as the primary. And I really wanted to do that, but then things just got crazy last week. And so to do it right, I've got the help of none other than the esteemed Cortex, who I will call right now. And we'll get this rolling. Hello, hello.
Hello, Governor.
Ahaha, what is going on, governors? Welcome to the stream. Are you streaming?
No.
No? Why not?
Bro, this guy, Hector, man.
Okay, Cortex not hyped about Hector.
No, if you can't tell, I don't have high hopes for him.
Well, we're gonna figure it out. Gosh darn it. Big thank you again to the makers of Rise of Kingdoms for sponsoring today's live stream. We're gonna go and try a bunch of different stuff. We're gonna come up with the best we can come up with. Speaking of which, what's the best we can come up with for Hector? Besides the Achilles Hector secondary thing, which we already tested.
Leave him on the bench.
Bro. We gotta try him as the primary.
Yeah,
or something.
I guess. But he's only doing skill damage on primary, right? So
I know. It's like limited options, isn't it?
What do we have?
QSH?
No, then you just run QSH primary.
I know.
Because you're losing his sports skill.
Yeah. I mean, if Hector is good as the primary, who would it be with?
Arthur? The skill damage as a secondary.
Ragnar?
Ragnar, Arthur. That's kind of, I guess, I mean, it has to be like infantry, cavalry, skill damage commanders, right? Because if not, if you're using it with archers, then you might as well run the archer commander primary, yeah?
Yeah. Yo,
like...
Hector. Or, sorry, Benga Rock, thank you for the super chat. He said, yo, Hector. He said, let's see, Hector is worth running in the open field or not. I have a bet. Bro placed a bet. Apparently there are sites where you can bet on just about anything these days. I mean,
is it really only like Arthur and Ragnar? Is that...
Well...
Is that our options?
Let's go look at Hector again. So if we run him as the primary, we're gonna deal direct damage and it's skill damage.
Correct.
And it's 2,700 factor. And he does make enemies lose rage per second.
Yeah, I think out of his debuffs, that one's definitely the best one. But yeah, I don't know if it's enough.
I don't know if it's enough.
I mean, you saw what happened to Shajar, right?
Yeah.
She's on the bench. She does 2,800 direct damage factor.
Wait, and she's on the bench?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This guy does less damage. And he's new.
I mean, he does an AoE debuff though, right?
Shajar buffs your team.
We gotta use him in a 5v5?
They're very similar commanders. That's why I don't have high hopes. Like, I would say, not in the sense of like how they work, but in the sense of like power level, I would say they're pretty similar. Shajar and Hector.
Well, chat is saying Shajar is better.
Because, maybe. I don't know if Shajar is better. I think that might be a stretch.
That a stretch?
But I think it's not far off, though.
Uh-oh.
I mean,
well,
Shajar heal everyone she heals gets 10% defense and 20% deal 20% more normal damage for 3 seconds, which like the normal damage buff is quite good these days.
that comparison does not bode well.
Well, like I'm just trying to think, you know, because I feel like he's on par with like the William Wallace, the Shajar, the Belly Prime, maybe, right?
Yes. You know, it's
Which
really
like we
funny.
don't really use these commanders anymore.
No. Long ago, I gave the feedback that players seemed to want to not have to max commanders as frequently.
Yes.
And so my thought was, well, why don't you just release commanders that were niche? But like,
Correct.
players struggled to realize that that's what was happening, myself included. And this, I think, is how we ended up with Shajar and Belly Prime as a few examples.
Okay, now Shajar has a use. Canyon, okay?
She has a niche role.
Has a use. And swarming. He's very, very good at swarming stuff. Belly Prime. Hector? Does he have a use? Like, does he have a niche? Because I feel like he's trying to do everything if you look at his kit. But is he really good at doing anything?
No. I'm not sure. Hector can be used for mixed garrison. Yeah, so there's really like two things we have to test today. One will happen today, one will probably happen some other time. One is, for completeness sake, we could try out some open field combos and see what we can make happen.
Okay, we can do that.
The other is that we actually run Hector in a garrison in balance mode, or some people actually run him in a KVK, because I realize now you could do that.
Who's gonna max him? Ugh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who's
Brave.
gonna bite that bullet?
It's brave. Now wait a minute. The son of Peleus.
Wait. Wait, do you have him unlocked?
Yeah.
Okay, you run him then. I'll just run stuff against him. Because I don't have him unlocked.
You didn't even unlock Hector?
No, I'm not spending too much.
Yeah.
He'll come in the daily at some point anyway, and I'm not.
Yeah,
really
you're
gonna mix him,
prioritizing. I respect that. Okay. So
But you
we're
can run
ultimately
like
going to
the
run a
pairings.
balance mode fight here. And I think I might have one of those already set up on my restart. Let's go
No
figure
need
this
for
out.
balance. Just go max him.
I'm not maxing him. You friggin' lunatic. Oh my god. Long gone are the days where you have to max a commander to actually test with them. Which is kind of cool, in a way. I mean,
curious,
you
how much
remember
did you have
back
to
in the
spend
day,
to-
bro. You and I, we had to max commanders
yeah.
to figure out if they were any good.
Yeah.
Somebody
the
had to
day
bite the
the MG
bullet.
ends, we waited for the mighty governor heads to come through, then Max set up the practice arc. Good times.
Yeah. To that end, I don't know, like, I was getting reminiscent the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And in a totally different context, I was dealing with a rogue player in a kingdom. And I was just kind of laughing because these rogues think that they're tough. But, like, they don't understand. Like, you and I, we dealt with King Talib back in the day. You remember
And
this?
Maximum Thunder.
Yeah, dude, like, people think they're rogues and they're like, oh, I'm such a badass rogue. And I'm like, dude, unless you're some sort of oil
Or,
prince, you ain't got
Salty
shit
Balls?
on the people I dealt with in the past.
Remember Salty Balls? That
Yeah,
guy was
bro.
committed, bro. Holy shit.
You know what's really funny about that is that he plays Call of Dragons,
Oh, that's
and
funny.
I bumped into him in Call of Dragons.
Oh my god.
Yeah, man. The actual salty balls. Yup,
Yeah,
it's true.
Salty Balls, Maximum Thunder, King Talib, we've dealt with quite a few.
Yeah, his level of
Maximum
commitment
Thunder was an interesting one. He just bubbled, I remember, and he just trained every MG, and he would just, literally with negative title, no alliance buffs, nothing, and he would just sit there tagless and just buy bundles and train every MG. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
The weirdest. Which is why I was like, you guys think you're tough? You ain't got nothing on the shit I had to deal with back in the day, man. You ain't got nothing.
And there was no banish, there was no way to get him out of zone 3.
You couldn't deal with it. They were there.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
Some dumbass lets him in the alliance, and then you're just cooked. That was it, bro. The whole zone was effed. Everybody's play experience was kiboshed because one schmuck let them into an alliance they weren't supposed to because they were in a hurry or whatever. Now we have block lists and approve lists and all kinds of things to make that not happen.
Yeah, I mean, if they go rogue when they're in zone 3 in the first place, there was nothing really to do about it, right? They're just there, and then it's like, okay, well.
Let me get you the code real quick. One sec. You know,
How much did you have to spend to unlock Hector? I'm curious.
I think I dropped like $20 or something.
Oh, really?
Maybe 30.
Thought it was
I ended up getting a lot of his tokens. I'm gonna get you a code here, the invite code. Copy. Okay. Send that to you on Discord.
Because I opened my 10 free ones and I didn't really get anything.
Yeah, I was not getting particularly lucky, and then boom, like I got 2 10 spots kind of back to back. Oops, I put the invite code on the screen. Push the wrong button. That's gonna get really interesting.
I mean, you can just not assign them to a team. You can just not assign them to a team.
Oh, is that how that works?
Joins.
Okay, we'll just hope and pray.
Just leave them in.
All right, so we go balance mode, 50% unit cap. I guess I can also just hit lock. Make myself the blue captain. Make yourself the red captain. Settings cannot be changed. I don't care about the settings. Okay. So I want Crystal Tech and Past Glory. What is default? Default Lost Kingdom buffs?
I don't think we want any of it, do we? Because of the art buffs?
You want to test with no buffs?
I mean, we already have 100% all damage from Arc. More is just... Is more better, or...?
What is the default checkbox supposed to be? The default... Oh, is default the 100% all damage? I think...
Oh, is it?
That would... I'm gonna... it's like, I could ruin our test match, potentially, by unchecking default.
I don't know. I don't know enough about...
I don't know either. So here's what we could do. Do you have, Here's what I could do. Here's the play. Is I'll switch over to, like, my Kingdom 2 account. I'll do a practice match over here and get rid of default, and I'll see what the settings are. And then this account, like, it doesn't matter, and someone from the audience can join in to make this a wrong account.
Yeah,
Shoot.
to get stuck for an hour.
Yeah, we don't want any of our main accounts to get stuck for an hour. I think did somebody zero this account? No. Alright, we're chilling. Dude, Kingdom 2. This is a good place. These guys are chill. Alright. Let's do the thing. I'm gonna make a practice match. I might even already have one. Custom match. Okay, I'll create one. Balanced. We're testing balanced mode. Confirm. Alright, here's the invite code. Somebody get in here. Join up. Join up, join up. There's the code. Get in here. We gotta figure out what this default crap is. We're gonna uncheck default. We'll do Crystal Tech and Past Glory and see what that comes up with. We need one person who's spectating. There they are. We got somebody. And I think that's enough. Oh, there we go. We got another one. That's enough to start the match. Blue captain. Red captain. Ooh! Alright. We got people popping in. Oh, somebody left. Gotta balance it. Alright. I think that's good enough to start it. And we just see what it says the buffs are, right? I'm just gonna confirm one more time. I used him in Arc. He's amazing with Gorgo. Really? Oh, I did actual mode. I need balanced mode. Balanced mode, 50%, default unchecked.
But it's under Lost Kingdom buffs, the default.
I know, it doesn't make any sense, but it could just be weird, you know?
Or does default differentiate between new Crystal Tech and old Crystal Tech?
We're gonna find out. Because now I'm just gonna...
Yes.
I'm gonna start it, and we're just gonna see what happens. Okay, we look at the buffs, and what do we got? Past Glory. Shouldn't there be a 100% all damage buff? Up here, Cortex?
Yes. Oh
And there
yeah,
isn't.
the arc buff is gone. So default means the arc buff. Oh, perfect. So if you tick off the default,
Yep.
and you tick the KVK stuff, then you get actual KVK stuff.
Yep. That's what I thought.
Oh, that's good.
Chat mentioned it, and I had the same reaction that you had, which is like, well, then why is it in the KVK buff section?
Yeah, it's strange because it's an arc buff. It's not a KVK buff.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, now we know how it works.
Now we know. Knowing's half the battle.
Wait, that's actually really good then, because now you can actually test with KVK buffs.
Yeah.
That is actually quite interesting.
Yes.
Now they just
So-
need to give us a structure in Arc that can hold enough troops to simulate a fort rally or something.
True, actually.
Because I think the
We could
biggest
do
is
rallies with
Alter.
reinforcements. I'm just gonna wait until the match starts here and run around and confirm that the 100% all damage is gone, but I think this is the setting we'll use. We'll see in just a second. I'll feel more confident. Yeah, there's a lot more that you could test. Arc is now the perfect testing grounds. Yeah. Yeah, my only feedback would just be the labeling on that to be a little more clear, but that's a W. Hey, Chis, you doing good? I appreciate your asking. I'm doing all right. Fun fact, when you hobble around for a month, and the consequence of not hobbling around and walking more normally means you experience tremendous pain. So there's like a pain motivator to hobble. After a month, now that I'm like trying to walk again and I can and there's no pain, my body literally does not know how to walk anymore. Like my left leg moves like it normally would, but my right leg just literally does not know how to walk anymore. I might actually have to go to physical therapy to get that shit figured out. But I'm still pretty early in being able to walk, so I'm going to give it a little bit more time before I hit PT.
How's that been with your standing desk?
I just sit. I'm sitting.
Oh, you're sitting.
Yeah, I have my standing desk lowered and I'm just sitting.
Oh.
I've been sitting for a month. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Also used to you standing with your standing desk.
No, yeah, Does it look like I'm standing? I feel like I kind of slouch a little bit.
Oh, I can see it. I
Yeah.
just didn't pay attention.
Yeah. Is Cortex in your call? It is Cortex. The man, the myth, the legend. Alright, so the match has started. I'm going to run a march out. I do have a new buff, but that's Shoe's Favor, which is just for the start of the match.
Yeah, you don't have the old damage.
For the march speed.
so
Yeah, I think
it's
we're
fine.
chilling. This is
Yeah,
very
yeah.
good. Okay, I'm going to quit out of this. And go
actual
back
KVK
to the
buffs.
restart.
That's cool.
It looked like you were standing before you mentioned you were sitting. It's
Yeah,
just
you
AI.
see like
Cortex
a-
isn't real. Oh my god.
You just see like a slight, bend, I guess, in your abdomen. That I guess
Yeah.
I didn't see before I looked closer.
Yeah.
It shows you're sitting.
Okay. Have I unlocked Hector on this account?
The 960 killer, that's me.
The man, the myth, the legend. I do not have Hector on this account. I thought we were going to get more keys every day. Oh wait, I haven't even used them. Let's use them. What do I gotta do to unlock this guy? Spend a few buckaroos. $5.
Just do it on your main, no? Don't you have him on your main?
Yeah, but I mean, I want to have him on this account too anyways.
Oh, okay.
I do want to get him here. I mean, you bring up an interesting point. Why don't I just wait? Especially since we mostly think he's viable for Garrison. Is that right?
I mean, we can see. You can test it and get him later if you want.
Yeah, okay. Let's get that. Oh, I have the key. I sent it to you. I'm going to switch over to the main account real quick. We'll get that into the match. I'll do it on the main. So, we're going to have to figure out what gear and stuff to put on him, too. Is kind of weird. I guess we just do wedge formation, though. Like, that's actually easy. We do leadership gear and wedge.
Stats. Yeah, I mean, if you're running different troop types behind him, you have to run leadership gear. And I mean, wedge, because there's no stats on the armaments here, so...
That's good. Okay, that works out. 3 spirits, as I remember the Rogan 1254. Yeah. Dude, those were the days. Kingdoms were built different back then. All right, custom match, join, enter the invite code. I'm in, and select commanders. Okay. Here we go. Let's go leadership. There's Hector. We just put the leadership gear on him.
Oh, my marchers are still set from last time we did this, so I guess I'm good.
Oh, it's retained your setup? That's nice.
Yep.
That's what it should do, honestly. That's calves. Plate, dragon's breath. That's the gathering stuff. Oh, there it is. Defense. Whip. Leggies. Gloves. Boots and weapon. What are we doing for accessories here?
Just one ring, I guess.
Ring and horn, right?
I guess so.
I guess so.
Do you wanna try him secondary with a few people as well, maybe?
Yeah, 100%. I want to try to find any situation where I'm like, he is a W in the open field.
Yeah, make sure
I don't know that we'll be able to find it, but I want to. And we make him wedge, because if he's the primary, then he's in a skill damage setup. That aspect of not having any stats on the armaments is actually really handy. What are we doing for talents? Am I taking Cage of Thorns? I feel like I would typically in the open field.
I mean, that's what you actually would have, yeah. So
Yeah.
I guess it makes sense.
Yeah. I like Cage in the field. Okay. Great. Alright, we're good on the talents, and Hector's all set up. So now is a question of what else do we run. Chat wants to see Wallace Hector. I'm not opposed. I'm not convinced, but I'm not opposed. There's no KVK leadership stuff.
No.
What's that about?
Thank God.
Those are archer gloves.
Please don't add that, Lilith, if you're listening. I don't want more gear to work on.
You don't?
No.
Someone sent me the math on the amount of materials I would need to redo my infantry gear as leadership gear.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, right, so 1.3 million gems worth of materials, not including the patterns.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, I guess that's a lot. Also, I didn't account for refining. I was like, oh my god. Okay. So like 2 million gems worth of materials. So I'm locked in. It be what it be. What are we doing? I guess we do a horn, and we do not the hero's hilt, although I do think hero's hilt would be pretty cool. We go greatest glory. All right, and then we go smite. I guess we go pincer. Chat wants to see BQ primary? I need to set his talent still. Oh, Ragnar and Hector. Yeah, we'll do Hector as the primary for that.
Hector has to be primary, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Has to be primary. What other combos are we gonna do? Attila primary, chat says?
Sure, run it. Why not?
Okay. Attila, huh? What else?
Arthur primary?
You did mention that earlier.
I mean, you can do Arthur secondary and Arthur primary, right? See if it's better with skill damage or with combo. Because Arthur primary does combo, Hector secondary does combo. Hector primary does skill, Arthur secondary does combo. So you could run it like both ways, you know?
We could go both ways.
Laguna Classic, both ways.
846 this thing. Dude, that is like never gonna die, is it?
No. I mean, most people will have no idea what I'm talking about, but...
No, we should have gone to the right, though. We were so correct.
Yeah, we should have. We definitely should.
We never should have listened to 1254 telling us to just... And later it was like, yeah, we were just treating you guys like fucking lemmings. I was like, seriously? Come on, guys.
Remember when we did that fort drop? We, like, out of our pass? Like, we would have had a good chance in that zone on the right.
I really think... Yeah, I really think we would have... I think we could have won that.
But that KVK was just the start of our beautiful relationship with 556 and many KVKs to come with them.
Hi.
I still don't know if there are any kingdoms that have fought against each other more than 1254 and 556 have.
Nah, I don't think so.
Because that was a lot of times. It was like... And within such a short amount of time as well, right? It was all in the span of like a year or so. Or a year or two.
Yeah. I feel like that was like the first sign that... And it was fun, to be honest. But that was probably the first sign that like... matchmaking might benefit from a little diversity of who you're up against. Well, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I thought it was good, but like... I don't know. I think you see what I'm saying. Okay, we got this set up. All right, we got our Arthur. I said I was gonna do Attila. So I guess we gotta do
some Archer, QSH.
Arch formation or Delta.
Delta, surely, right?
Okay.
I mean, the majority of, and you don't want destructive. your damage is still gonna be mostly from the combo hit, right?
I guess so. Yeah, I guess so. We'll give it a shot.
I guess you want to gear maybe like QSH? Question mark?
We could run QSH Hector. I mean, we could do that.
Yeah.
All right. Are you sad Squadbusters is shutting down? It's definitely a bummer. I mean, the truth is that I kind of saw that that was ultimately the direction the game was heading a long time ago. Do we put a hero's hilt or a ring? I think do we just put a ring?
I think because you don't have enough combos to stack up the hero silk, right?
No, that's what I was thinking. We go ring. QSH Hector is bad. QSH runs out of rage. Honestly, that's a feat of strength to run QSH out of rage. Alright, we get this talent build set up real quick. And I have a few talent points left. What am I missing? I mean, I guess Buckler Shield is what people take.
Yeah.
It's been a long time, Attila. Okay.
Too long.
Is it too long? I'm not mad
Way
about
too
how
long.
long it's been. Edward and Hector?
Edward. Why?
Why would that be good? Actually asking.
You know what is good in Arc?
No.
QSH.
What's good?
Edward rallies.
Stop it.
I'm dead serious. Go read Edward's expertise skill, and that's all you need to know.
Oh no. This is the skill that it did something different than what it said for a time, right?
Right.
After using an active skill, you deal 50% more normal damage and 50% more counterattack. So 100% counterattack.
Yeah, and you spam skills with QSH and AoE everywhere. And Edward has a skill damage boost on his third skill.
That's silly.
It's very, very good in Arc, actually.
And he's got 30% health and
I mean,
march
you saw in
speed.
Grand Prix, those QSH rallies were flying everywhere. It's just anti-swarm. You were casting the Grand Prix, so I think you've seen quite a few QSH rallies.
Alright, so am I gearing up QSH then, I guess?
Yeah.
Let's get some archer gear going. Okay, I'm gonna go with the 4-piece bonus. KVK stuff. What accessories am I putting on QSH?
Ring and
My avoiding horn?
Yeah.
We'll go ring pendant. We go wedge. How do you feel about new formations coming out in the next 6 months? Presumably we get 3 new formations. Combo, wedge, and... Well, not wedge. Skill damage. And a smite formation.
All in 3 months?
In the next 6 months.
Oh, in the next 6 months. Where did they say that?
6 months ago,
Oh,
they said that over the next year, something like that.
I mean,
There's
I've been saying this. I'd be surprised if we don't have a new skill damage formation late this year, early next year. I'd be very, very surprised.
Yeah, especially for archers.
Yeah, I mean, I think Wedge needs an update. I mean, if you just look at the baseline, right, of like Delta and Pincer, they do 10% bonus to combo and smite respectively, whereas Wedge is 5%, right? There's already a big difference there. So I think there definitely needs to be a new skill damage formation, especially because, you know, balanced on QSH is not good. Like, can you imagine QSH with a special inscription that actually did something? Another
That'd be
one?
crazy.
Yeah.
Are we taking feral nature for this test?
Yeah. I guess. Wait, I mean, you wouldn't usually on QSH, but do you?
But with Hector,
you might need it. Yeah.
you might need it. This is a little sus, but I'm just gonna run this build out and we'll just go with it. Would we take Naked Rage? Realistically, I don't in the open field, but you kind of could justify it.
Naked Rage. I mean, I take it in the open field. Well, not only QSH on all my commanders, but up to you.
Okay, I took it. Well, 2 points of it anyways. Are we testing
But,
Achilles next?
We already did.
Yeah, we already did that. We're chilling on that front. Alright, so we got a bunch of commanders geared up. Is there anyone else that needs to get geared up? We have...
Gear up BQ?
Attila? No, you think BQ?
I mean, I think it's more valuable than Wallace.
Certainly more interesting, I can agree to that.
I mean, BQ is like the meta infantry, right? QSH the meta archer, and Arthur Achilles the meta cav. You could do Achilles. You could gear Achilles if you want.
Achilles we already kind of know, like we already tested that.
Yeah, we did.
So we know it's like not that great, honestly.
Garrisons?
Like-
We're not doing garrisons.
No, we're not
this
going to do
round. It's
garrisons this
only
round.
The two of us. I don't think it'll be very useful finding out smacking the garrison 1v1. I don't think we learned that much from that.
Okay. We're kind of set up. Just get the infantry gear going and we'll be ready to rock. Zhuge Liang? I just feel like you'd always use Herman Prime, right?
With Hector?
No, with Zhuge.
Oh, I mean, yeah. He's not better than Herman. There's no... I don't think there's any world where he makes it into the Archer Marches unless you run 3, but even then I would still take Philip over Hector.
Yeah, there it is.
Because if you run 2, it's just... I mean, he's not better than YSG with QSH, and he's not better than ZL Herman in that pairing.
I don't think Ash is where it's at particularly either. I think I kind of benched Ash. I can't even remember. Archers are just in a weird place.
I use Ash, but I run Ash with Herman, and I run ZL with Philip.
Okay, yeah.
And QSH YSG, that's how I run my 3 archers.
Alright. BQ's geared up. He's got Toppler and all the other pincery stuff. What else?
Subutai. Someone's saying.
Yeah, I'm not convinced.
I mean, it's probably decent in a duel because he does all single target damage, but like, is that really something someone's gonna be using? No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't think there's particularly a synergy with CJ. Chat is requesting CJ.
Nah, I don't see CJ either.
Are we ready to run this thing?
I guess, unless there's something else that we have forgotten about.
Did we want to try to 5v5?
Oof.
I know.
I have the commander scared for it.
I don't. And all
Okay,
my
well,
rings and things are deployed.
Oh,
I think we'd have to
well,
try that some other time.
Yeah.
Alright, one last check. Where's my Hector? Okay. It's low power for some reason. But he was geared. Why is he not? It's sorted by power. Why do all these commanders have more power than him even though he's got gear on? That's sus for sure.
He's that weak.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's switch back over to my restart. I'll make Chis the captain and you the captain, and then we're ready to go. We do this thing. Oh, they're favorites. Oh, they're favorited. No, 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 no. That makes more sense. Did you see 606's Song of Troy matchup? No, what do we think of that?
No comment.
No comment. What's that mean? Do they have like an easy 3v1 or something?
No, I think they're gonna lose actually.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I'm not gonna say anything.
Okay. I think my opinion is that it's really not supposed to be 3v1. I don't think it's designed
Well, yeah, I can say that
way.
I don't think you should. Like, I don't think, you know, that matchup should have happened when that 3v1 happens. I guess that's what I could say without getting in trouble.
It's 1v3 606 versus all. 1.1 million expedition coins is insane. You should see the 3.3 I have on my main account. Alright, this looks good. Settings are correct. It's balanced, 50%. Crystal Tech, Past Glory. All commanders are selected. I'm gonna hit start.
Let's go.
Chat says they got popped on. Oh, pooped on. Two very different things.
Attack, by the way.
Huh?
I have a 5% attack.
Oh, good call out. I can match that.
Yeah, I can take it up. But I guess having a token is more realistic than not having a token.
It's more realistic. We'll go with the realism.
Yeah, let's pop a 10% to waste our gems. No, I'm joking.
Ooh. You used to have to spend gems to get the 50% boost. You remember people were doing all these practice matches and they were like spending gems on the expansions too?
Yep.
Back in the day. It was uphill both ways. Do you have a Twitch as well, Chisgule? Yeah, twitch.tv/Chisgule. I am live there as well. City theme doesn't matter for this, right?
No. It does not.
Just there for the
my
looks.
Bottom left obelisk, usual one.
I love it. You're in a D seed and you're up against Kingdom 1? Is that a good thing or a bad thing that you're up against Kingdom 1?
I think that's probably a good thing.
It's hard to imagine being...
I checked the kingdom's powers. They're like the second or third or something biggest kingdom in the game by power. It's kind of funny.
Which one is?
Kingdom 1.
Kingdom 1 is...
They're very big. Wait, let me check it again. Hold on, let me double check. So I don't say something wrong here. Let me check again. But they are very, very big.
In a way, it's like, of course they should be. It's like the oldest kingdom. Like,
right.
But the reality is that is anybody even there?
It's 1093, 2489 is 1001, and then 2377.
Wait, they're on my KVK?
No, like, that's the power ranking.
Oh. I was like, wait, I'm in a KVK with them? Okay. Yeah, I know what you mean.
They have 164 billion KP as a kingdom with that much power. So like 2 high KP players is their whole kingdom's KP with that much power.
Chat says there are 4 alliances of dead weight.
That is
Kingdom
wild.
2 is Golden Imperium. Hi.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we keep ending up with these KVKs that's disproportionate. I mean, we had your last KVK, right? We had, well, the most recent 93-960 KVK. We had, well, this 606 KVK that just matchmaking just happened.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like either you 3v1 and probably lose, or you just have a 2v2 with no fight, basically.
I'm not gonna say I told you so, but I've been talking about this for a while.
Yeah. It's not great.
Kingdom's in Cortex is in Kingdom 49 now.
Correct. '93, 1960 wasn't disproportionate. It was 100% disproportionate. There's one strong camp in 1093 that's a lot stronger than the rest. That is definitely the definition of disproportionate.
Finished my tea, now it's on to the seltzer, baby. Cortex, do you exercise?
Every now and then, not as much as I should.
You should, bro. You so should. You gotta get on a routine, bro. Lifting. Walking. I don't know, I'm on a health kick for a lot of reasons. But it's funny, like, so I started on a weight loss journey, okay? And there's so many reasons why this is funny, but one of the reasons why I think this is funny is, like, in my life, I was getting heavy and nobody in my life said anything. Like, you kind of hope that, like, someone would be like, hey, Chisgule, I don't know if you realize this, brother, but you gained some weight. You should probably do something about that. Not one MFing person in my life. Not one. Not a one. And so then I end up being, look, when I was like scrawny, like truly scrawny, I'm like 50 pounds heavier now than when I was like actually just scrawny and twiggy. But like 50 pounds is a lot of pounds. And the only person in my life who said anything, funny enough, was my mother-in-law. Okay. So I was complaining about heartburn, and I had gone to the doctor, and the doctor didn't really have any good answers. And I was explaining what I was kind of doing, and my mother-in-law was like, you know, if you lose 10 pounds, that heartburn's going to go away. She was a nurse, for what it's worth. Oh, I went to the wrong Foley site. I'm an idiot. I'm close enough. It's going to be fine. So she said, you know, if you lose 10 pounds, that heartburn's just going to disappear. And my wife had this look on her face, like her soul had just left her body. She's like, oh my God, I can't believe my mom just called my husband fat. I mean, she looked like she was going to die. And meanwhile, I'm like, thank you. Like, you're the only person who, not even the doctors were giving me the truth, which is like, yeah, if you just lose 10 pounds, like heartburn's going to go away. And sure enough, I'm 10 pounds later and I don't have heartburn anymore. You know, and it's like, what? Like, why? Like, how could I possibly leave a visit with a doctor and they like not get that feedback? They're like, yeah, actually just lose some weight and you're good to go. It's just crazy, man. I don't know. But it was weird because there's just not a single soul in my life who was telling it to me straight. And it had to come from my mother-in-law, you know? She was right. Anyways, you're so young. You just get on that exercise plan early, man. There's no better time. The present is always the best time. The next best time would have been when you were younger.
Okay,
but the present is what you got. So you do that.
You can capture.
Okay. Mother-in-law for the W. Seriously, man, it was crazy. I couldn't believe it. Neither could my wife. She's like, oh God. My mother-in-law is the literal only person in my life that I could go to and for sure know that I'm getting the truth. Like 100%, she's gonna tell it how it is. Not gonna sugarcoat it. She's gonna say it. Heartburn is such a weird term. It has nothing to do with the heart. True. Chisgule workout stream with Furious. So one of my childhood best friends, they moved to France, which is a bummer. You know, because they lived kind of close. But they moved to France, and this is the childhood best friend that stayed with me when my house was getting renovated. So, like, the renovation was supposed to be done. I told them they could stay with us because there was a passport issue and he had to get it fixed. So we had to be in the States for an indeterminate, like, who knows how long. But the home renovations were still going on. And the clock was ticking, and so finally it was like I was talking about this in front of my in-laws with my wife because we were staying with her parents at their house, and they were like, "You could just stay with us too." So all of us were staying at my in-laws' place. My family, my childhood best friend. It was like a sleepover party. It was so much fun. Anyways, he's coming stateside later this year, which I'm really hyped about. Can you move your march down a little, Cortex?
Mm-hmm.
He's coming stateside, and he has a lot more experience with weightlifting. So I am actually very much looking forward to getting my form on a bunch of my lifts sorted out with him. So that's going to happen next month. Okay, so what do we want to test first? Hector plus... Who was the secondary? Ragnar? I'm actually kind of curious. Inquiring minds want to know. All right, let's lock that in. Let's do it. See what happens. This doesn't need to sit out of the city, so we just slam. You're Germany now?
I was Germany the whole time.
I think I might be Germany. Normally I'm Greece. What's the purpose of this testing? We have not actually tested Hector open field yet.
Right, and I think the idea, right, is like, of course, 1v1 disclaimer, 1v1 tests never give a perfect result of what they're actually going to do. But I think given that Hector is a single target damage commander, if he does not do well in duels, it does not bode well for him in the open field, right? I think that's safe to say.
Exactly.
Because he should excel in duels.
He should excel in duels and do it incrementally better in a way in the open field because he's got an AoE debuff. But if he can't win the duel and his AoE contribution is nearly zero, it's kind of like, well, what makes you think he's gonna work open field? Okay, this is just brutal.
And this is against double AoE.
Right.
Cav March against infantry.
Right. Try Attila? Yeah, we'll run that out in a second. I don't even know if we need to
first, because I don't know. Huo is very, very strong in duels, so it kind of makes it like pointless. But
sure, you want to do it again, but with Huo? We can do it with Huo. You're gonna obliterate me, but I feel like it'll illustrate just how bad this is.
Wait 30 seconds. Wait, let me do another march first. Once I put my Huo to the side. Sure. Let's do this.
I should bring something else. Oh. No.
No, I'll bring something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the archers, bro.
I mean, I'm just running, regular, like, double AoE marches.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even wait for my QSH, but oh well, whatever.
It's not gonna matter. I forgot you gotta wait with him.
Yeah, me too.
William and Hector? Yeah, don't worry, I got you. That's on the short list. Kind of cool that we got those buffs sorted out.
I do notice that everything's dying a lot slower than last time we did this. The marches were just getting one tap.
Turns out, 100% all damage is
It's quite a lot.
It is quite a lot. So,
yeah, maybe Huo is not gonna look as OP because it really exaggerates Huo as well, right? Because he has such like a strong start to the fight with his expertise and the autumn wind and all that. That like when you have 100% all damage kicking in that time frame, you're just like really
snowballs.
getting a big lead. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this is slow. But like also it's not going as good for you as I thought it would.
No?
Like kind of closer than I would expect.
Although we all know what this march does in a murder ball though.
Yeah, QSH is the best commander in the game.
So another horrible Cav commander? Hector's not a Cav commander. Hector's a leadership commander. Another horrible leadership commander, you could say.
So given the knowledge that new formations are coming in the next 6 months, I think it's like December to... I forget what the time frame was. May? Is when we're going to get the 3 new formations. I'm a lot more inclined to stick with Huo and Arthur for the time being and just wait to see what the new formation is, you know?
Yeah.
Because, like, imagine I switch another march over to Delta and it's like, just kidding, now there's frickin' Schmelta formation. It's like, you gotta do that one. I'm like, oh, no.
What's the Schmelta?
I don't know. I'm just... Delta Schmelta. I'm just... pointing out, like, what if another formation comes out that's better? I don't even know what they would do. Like, it could be Garrison, it could be they release new commanders that focus on it. But if they are going to release new commanders focused on some twist for these different things, like for combo, for example, like, they kind of have to do it soon, like, really soon. Like... starting this cycle, we need to see a twist on how combo works, or smite works, or skill damage works.
Yeah, you know, about the skill damage formation, I don't mind the new skill damage formation. Wedge is very old at this point, but I don't know how I feel about the new pincer and the new delta. There's very new formation still, at least
I agree.
in my opinion.
I agree.
Like, I don't think a new formation for delta or for pincer is necessary at all.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think a new wedge is necessary for that matter either, but I can see it, you know? I can see the reasoning behind it.
Well,
But
wedge,
I really can't see the reasoning behind.
yeah, the skill damage I see, because like you could do like a damage over time situation. That's what I thought the first like mechanic for archers was gonna be. It's like obviously it's like some sort of damage over time, poison or something like that. But there's like two very clear skill damage directions they could go. One is a poison direction, and another is like a damage over time. And like you could totally have formations for those things. Whereas I don't know what you would do with smite, and I don't know what you would do with combo. Besides like maybe making something really like rally / garrison-y, you know? QSH single target just isn't good. Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, we can run QSH ZL against QSH Hector, right?
Yeah.
If ZL wins the 1v1, man, that's not looking good for Hector.
No. That would be bad.
Because, I mean, especially if we're like, oh, but Hector does debuffs. Well, QSH does a way better debuff than Hector. 15% all damage dealt reduction to 5 targets.
Got absolutely boom roasted over here, bro.
Why was... I feel like Arthur Achilles did better than Whoa, though? Or am I crazy?
Oh, we'll see in the report in a second. You may not be crazy.
Is Hector just... No, not Hector, Achilles. Is Achilles just broken? Let me see. Ah! Yeah? Kinda.
60 to 24? Jeez, it did better than the Huo?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Arthur Achilles, huh?
Alright, what am I running now? Wallace?
Oh,
With Hector, somebody wanted to see? We could run a couple with that real quick.
QSH. Okay, well, let's...
You want me to do QSH first?
Yeah, I brought QSH out. If you want to, we can just run QSH CL against QSH Hector.
Yeah, sure. I like this test for the reason you described, that like... Look... if Hector can't win here, what are we doing? We should wait the 10 seconds.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you succeed in turning off the arc buff? Yeah, Davor, we did. We turned off default, and we're good to go.
Alright, let's go.
Yeah, it is really nice. Arthur Hector is the best? Dude, we're getting cooked. I think. Our skill cycles are literally perfectly aligned.
You're losing?
Yeah,
No, man, that's really not a good sign.
Yeah. So we do more single target damage, but we're losing anyways.
Yeah, you're still losing 1v1 to a 5 March AoE commander with that better debuff, by the way. ZL debuff is better than Hector debuff.
Yeah.
So if people are like, oh, but he debuffs. I mean, so does ZL. And a better one at that.
That is so bad, says Kerm. Yeah. It's not amazing. I got a message from one of my childhood best friends. asking if we're still on to hang out later this week. W. He's also on a diet, and I was like, do you want me to cook you something that you're gonna hit macros with, or I could just like make a picanha? He's like, make the picanha. I was like, okay. Picanha is a kind of steak. Yeah,
Drumstick,
exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Really good.
So good. And you guys have heard me talk endlessly about the smoker that I've got, so I'll cook up anything.
Okay, what next? So I can prepare my march. What are you doing next, Wallace or BQ?
I kind of want to do BQ first.
Alright.
But then I want to do Wallace because it's like double single target damage, you know?
Yeah.
But I think of the value of Wallace in part from his AoE shielding, truthfully. I think if the cooldown was a little lower on that, it would be really interesting as a commander, you know? Like once every 10 seconds is like, it's not busted. But if it was like a 5-second cooldown or a 3-second cooldown, it would like really pop off, you know?
Usage duels last so long. It's just that it's a close fight, so both sides do low damage, can't finish the other one off. But you lost by 10k sevs, man, with a single it's not good.
Nah, it's not great. But I will feel good after having done this round of testing to really like confirm one way or another, like Hector's viable in the field or not. And if the answer is like, no, he's kind of not, then like, that's okay. But then that brings us to garrison testing. You're not okay with it? Okay, you're right, it's not okay.
No, I mean, I'm not complaining, that's what I said. Because there's one less commander for me to max, right?
Yeah.
And I already tried with Arc Team the Hera YSS against Hera Hector. And Hera YSS is way better.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
YSS is still better? Yeah. What about Gorgo? Gorgo Toku?
I didn't try that.
Okay.
We tested for Arc specifics because, you know, Hera YSS is meta.
Yeah.
Arc Garrison.
Yeah. Okay. But I mean, if YSS is better mixed in Arc, wouldn't it just be better in KVK2 or no?
Probably.
Can you imagine if like all these people just start using Hector as the secondary and they're like, yeah, run it mixed, and it's like, you should just use YSS? Can you imagine if that was actually true? No way though, right? Yo, Guns, what's up, dude?
The other thing, like, the fact that YSS was winning, like, just against Rally, I mean, YSS is way better against the Swarm as well than Hector.
Yeah.
So it's like, if he's doing better against the Rally, then there's no question that you should be using YSS over
Yo,
Hector.
we're gonna win something.
Yeah, you are. You're beating...
We're actually gonna win something over here. Wait! I mean, no one is gonna question that Liu Che is superior to Hector, but... like, you'd have done AoE damage and AoE slowing. Granted... Well, maybe it's not AoE slowing, but, you know, you do...
damage reduction, I think?
Yeah. Wait, this is interesting. Alright, hold up. This got interesting. What, okay, bring some other troop type.
Yeah, I'll bring in Cavs. I'll bring the Arthur Achilles that did really, really good.
And then park the Huo somewhere.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Or is it...
Oh, actually, I need my Arthur back for my Huo.
Oh, yeah, okay. Alright.
Anyway.
That's fine. We slam? Do you have a load? Okay.
I can park my QSH though. I can do that next, and then I can do Huo after that.
Why would BQ work here? Oh, I know why.
Maybe Hector is just better with smite than with skill damage.
Well, now we're getting cooked, I think. But I think the reason that this works is that BQ is very kind of glass cannon, as it turns out. And Hector is very tanky. Like, he does a lot of damage mitigation. So between the two of them, I think they're actually kind of balanced out.
Yeah, possibly.
I would love for Sargon plus
You know, I think that's actually very
Achilles
good.
to be a thing.
Sargon Achilles. I think
I would really love for that to be a thing.
I genuinely think it is. I think if you're in an artifact cave, you have Sargon. Don't misunderstand me. Do not go on max Sargon because of this. But
Right.
if you're someone that already has Sargon maxed, I think it's definitely something you can do.
I think so.
I mean, I know it doesn't say anything, but just for fun, right? I just ran into the level 79 expedition. Just with Sargon Achilles, and that's without artifact. And bro, the amount of damage it pumps out, like I compared it to Arthur Achilles.
It's crazy.
Like it's insane, the amount of damage it does.
Yeah. It turns.
And you're throwing those debuffs everywhere from Sargon.
Yeah. Because Sargon just needed a way to do AoE, and like that gives him effectively AoE. I get a snack, courtesy of the live stream fairy. These are kind of like candy bars, but most people would consider them not a candy bar, but I do. They're RX bars. I don't know if you ever had one of these. But the ingredients are egg whites, almonds, cashews, and dates.
Oh, that sounds pretty healthy.
It sounds healthy. It actually infuriates me the way that, but yeah, I guess we can slam here. It infuriates me the way that, like, granola bars mask as, like, some sort of health food.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, that is just actually trash. Like, given what I've learned about health, it's infuriating to me.
I saw a thing, I think it was from Brian Johnson. I watch that guy sometimes.
Yeah.
And it was like on American breakfast. And like, I don't know, because I mean, I've never lived in the US, I've visited once, so I don't really know that well. But like, it was really surprising to me, like what you guys have for breakfast and stuff. Like this cereal, like pumped full of sugar and all this stuff. It's like, what? Is this your breakfast?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but why are you getting slammed now? Why is this worse than anything? Like, QSH wasn't doing that good in the other 1v1s, and now all of a sudden it's just...
It's archers and infantry.
Yeah, but we did earlier against the Ragnar, and the QSH wasn't that good.
True.
The Arthur was better, remember? Way better.
True.
But now QSH is better than Arthur? I don't know. Or maybe it's not. Maybe I'm cooked. But yeah, I don't know. Back to this breakfast topic or whatever. Like, I was really surprised to see like how unhealthy like the average American breakfast is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you give
It's
this
so
stuff to
bad.
kids. Like that's what they're growing on? Like, doesn't sound very...
It's so bad.
So much processed sugar and all this stuff in there, it's just, man.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I've learned so much recently. So, like, I'm not a doctor. So I could be wrong.
Not health advice.
Mm-hmm. Not health advice. But my big picture understanding is that the hard coding in the body to store fat is something called insulin. And your body produces insulin when you eat food. And the more insulin you produce, the stronger the signal to your body, like, hey, we're in a calorie-rich situation. Store up fat now so that when there's a famine, we don't die.
Right.
That's like the reason that the body kind of works that way. Okay? And certain foods spike your insulin more than others. Sugar does, carbohydrates do. And you look at an American breakfast, and it is just like a massive insulin spike. Quackhead says fasting is good. So it's my understanding that this is why both fasting and time-restricted eating work as health strategies. And it's so funny, Cortex, because you remember how much we used to make fun of Abe?
Yeah.
When he was fasting?
Okay, but that guy, that was a bit... No, but okay,
He was
a
extreme.
bit funny, because...
He was extreme.
No, but he would fast and then he would go back and start eating a whole bunch of garbage again. So that doesn't even count, because that's not a good example of fasting. Because he would fast for 2 weeks, he would just not eat anything for 2 weeks, and then he would just go and start eating a bunch of stuff again, and it was like, okay, well...
Yeah, he had a way. But I actually reached out to him, and I haven't heard back. I hope he's okay. Yeah, I don't know how he's doing. But I wanted to talk with him about fasting, because I was like...
Oh.
Yeah, because I'm interested in the topic now. Move more, eat less, it's simple. Well, like... Yeah, but that's also like saying to someone who has insomnia, just sleep more. Right? Or like... You know,
I mean, it's a real thing. People are addicted to sugars. People are addicted to food. It's not just, you know, that easy of a thing.
So, what combo are we running next, by the way? And then I have a follow-on thought. Let's run the Attila. Time to run the Attila.
Sure.
So here's where things get really interesting. To your point about being like addicted or whatever. As soon as I started doing time-restricted eating, which basically means I eat dinner, and then I don't eat anything until breakfast the next day. And I eat early with the kids, so like 5 p.m. And then I'm not eating again until 8 or 9 a.m. So it's not even hard to do. Most of it I'm sleeping anyways. Well, not most of it, but like, you know, on a bad night, 5 or 6 hours of sleep. On a good night, 7 hours of sleep and whatever. A lot of the time I'm like not even awake. Oh, we're getting cooked already, Jesus. I stopped craving food, Cortex.
Mm-hmm.
And I stopped being hungry all the time, even though I'm on a calorie-restricted diet right now, and I'm in a deficit. Like, I'm not hungry all the time, in the way that I was when I was eating a ton, weirdly enough, like all the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about the food you eat, right? If you eat clean and whole foods and don't spike your insulin all the time, then your hunger hormone is going down. I also I either have 1 or 2 meals a day, and I only eat between like noon and 4 p.m. and that's it.
Wait, so you were doing time-restricted eating?
Yeah. I mean, not like intentionally.
Not intentionally.
I mean, it's just like, yeah, but like that's something I just do.
Good for you. It's really healthy. You know what's really funny? What is the most important meal of the day? And I want the Americans in particular to answer this one. What is the most important meal of the day?
What is stands for breakfast?
I want chat to talk. Cortex is locked in on breakfast.
They say breakfast, right? Exactly. That's what I've heard too. Breakfast.
Someone says lunch. Most are saying breakfast. You know why you think breakfast is the most important meal of the day?
Why?
Because apparently, like, Kellogg's in the 50s thought it'd be a cool marketing slogan.
No way.
Yeah, seriously. Way.
That is crazy.
Isn't that insane?
Yeah. So Kellogg's just came up with that.
Yes!
And then they started selling all this.
I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice. But when I watch podcasts with doctors and people that give medical advice, they're like, yeah, so it turns out there's no scientific evidence for that whatsoever. What? My whole life is a lie.
Yeah.
It is when you break your fast, which does not definitively need to be first thing in the morning. So like Cortex, if you're like, yeah, I don't eat till 11. Yeah, don't eat till 11. That's what my wife is doing now. because she's also kind of time restricted eating, but she's just doing it on a different schedule. And I can't fight back and be like, you gotta eat breakfast, because like, no, you don't. You break fast when you feel like it. Breakfast should be your biggest meal. I mean, I kind of agree with that. I think lunch or breakfast. Brian Johnson, who is the guy that his slogan is literally "Don't die," his strategy is to have his last meal of the day at like 11:30 a.m. or something insane. And the reason he says he does it is because he wants his stomach to be not digesting food when he goes to bed. And when he goes to bed, he sleeps better because he's not digesting food. But he does everything kind of extreme, so take it with a grain of salt. How many calories are a day? So I'm doing a calorie deficit of 500 calories a day. Which feels pretty achievable to me right now. And some days are harder than others. And the only reason it's achievable is because I've gotten really good at isolating foods that actually make it easy to hit macros. Yeah, it depends on how active you are. Yeah, like dude. I mean, I think I was at like 2,700 calories burned a day when I could actually walk, and I was walking 15,000 steps a day. But once I got the cancer situation going on and I couldn't walk anymore, my app that tells me how many calories to eat is just freaking... That chart is just dropping, bro. It's the worst. It's savage. Every week it's like, nah, you're eating too many calories. I'm like, damn it. I can't wait till I can really be walking again.
No, sometimes I don't even eat breakfast, just dinner.
Yeah, you don't need to, apparently. Like, apparently you really don't need to.
Depends on how I feel on the day, to be honest. Like, if I don't feel hungry until like dinner time, which is usually around 4 p.m, then I just don't eat breakfast. Just like maybe, I don't know, 3-4 days a week, I don't eat breakfast.
Well, yeah, we gotta do Wallace and Hector. But like long ago, I would have been like, oh yeah, that's bad for you or whatever, you know? But no, it's like you really don't need breakfast at all. Not necessarily. Like if you feel good, then you're good to go. And, you know, apparently being in like a 12-hour plus fasted state is when your body starts to produce ketones, which is ketosis, which is the core premise of the ketogenic diet, is to create a world in which your body is producing more ketones. And that's really good fuel for your brain, for whatever that's worth. There's a whole bunch of stuff behind that I probably can't explain very well. What are we doing now, Wallace?
Sure.
Keto was debunked ages ago. Here's what I would say. What I would say is that according to everything I've read... Oh, wait, Cortex. Wait, I'm going to win. According to everything I've read, there's no such thing as an essential carbohydrate. There's fats that you have to have. There's protein that you have to have. But, like, you don't actually need carbs in your diet. So, would I necessarily do the ketogenic diet? I don't know. But I do think that, and I have found personally, that being in a fasted state, which theoretically switches up what my body is doing for some amount of time every day, has been really beneficial. Keto is not good for most athletes, but it's fine for most regular people. I don't know. Like, I guess this is double single target damage, which is why we're winning. Wallace goes crazy. Not crazy, but we are winning. Carbs equals fuel. You need it to feel good and energetic. Yeah. I mean, I personally am not avoiding carbs. But when I look at what I have to eat in a day, carbs is not on my list. Like, I'll get carbs by eating stuff. But protein is the chase.
I guess just run this against the gauntlet then.
Mm-hmm. Because that's a really good march we just beat.
Yeah. The most dominant one of the day, I think. Let's see. What else? Let me bring the archers.
Carb swapping. No, I never heard of that. People discovering fasting after 1,400 years. Well, the funny thing is that, like, it makes sense that the body would be well adjusted to the idea that there would be periods of time where you don't have food. Because the overabundance of food is, like, kind of new from an evolutionary perspective, right?
Mm-hmm. Is QSH specifically good against smite damage, or what's going on here? Because
I don't know.
remember the first run with QSH, right, against Ragnar? He didn't do that good. He did quite bad, actually. Like, you were surprised at how well the Ragnar did, right? But now against this pairing that just beat the Arthur, QSH is winning.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it might have just been randomness, I think.
Maybe.
Maybe we just got lucky. Clean carbs regulate your insulin spikes. Yeah, so like I've learned that food order apparently matters. So if what you do is eat your sugary whatever first, it's going to spike your insulin. And if then you eat your meat and then you eat your vegetables, you already spiked your insulin. But if you do it in the other order, you have veggies first, and then meat, and then carbs, even sugars, you'll get a lower insulin spike.
So
because insulin is...
after dinner, okay. So we're not switching that around as well.
Yeah, so... Well, you know what's funny is, you know how you sit down at a restaurant, they serve you bread?
Yeah.
If it's a nice restaurant, like, you should not eat the bread, apparently.
Bro, but it's so good at a good restaurant.
Know it's
that
good.
warm
I
bread
know.
with the butter. No, I'm not.
I love
resisting
bread.
That. Are you crazy?
Well, so okay, so if you put butter with it, that's better because I think the fat would slows down the digestion of it a bit. Right? Like, I don't know.
Like,
I'm not a doctor.
Like that warm, fresh bread with some nice, like, really good quality butter or some really good quality olive oil, man. It's next level. Yeah, I guess Ragnar has a 25% skill damage reduction. That would maybe explain it.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Arthur Hector next. Yeah. Dude, I can't remember if they serve bread at that nice restaurant we went to. Probably, right? I don't remember.
Yeah, I think we got served bread. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. When Cortex and I met up in Cologne, Germany, at the Rise of Kingdoms meetup, dude, we went out. That dinner was so good.
It was really good.
It was really good.
Oh,
I don't know why that, like, hotel. You go to America, somewhere in America, hotel dinner, 50-50 on what you're gonna get, but that was good.
It was insanely good. Did we? I don't remember. Did we order the same main course?
I think we did.
Baby
it was the
back
short
ribs,
rib, right?
Yeah.
It was just crazy. It was so good.
It was really good. It was really, really good. Maybe I can make my way over to the next US meetup.
Dude. I hope they do one on the East Coast.
I think it would be cool, but I doubt it.
Yeah, it's a lot further for them to go.
Well, not just that, but I think like venues and stuff, especially if you're thinking like New York, right? The price is probably crazy.
Oh, well, yeah, yeah, venue's real expensive if you do New York. Omniarch would be happy, though. He'd be there.
You're running on.
I'd like to meet Omniarch. I think that'd be fun. All right, final rounds. We do Arthur.
All right.
With Hector. And then we look at these reports real quick. See how we did. Snacking is the reason most people start to gain weight. Well, it is. I do find it really funny that, like, people suggested that eating frequently and small meals throughout the day would be healthy. When, like, once you understand the nature of insulin, it's like, for sure that's not the case. Eating lots of small meals all day long just guarantees you're constantly hitting your body with insulin.
Like Achilles, why is he losing 1v1 to Achilles? Like, they're coming out at the same time. One of them is an AoE commander, the other one's a single target. But the AoE commander is still beating the single target commander in a 1v1. Nice, good game, good one.
I feel like he's short like 300 damage factor.
More than that, man.
Okay.
I mean, if you read his like debuffs apart from the skill damage one, they're so insignificant. What is this 5% stuff? Like, what? Why are we doing a 5% debuff? Like, what is that?
I agree.
Like, debuffs are like 20, 30%, you know? 5%? Like, what are we even doing?
And they're active skills. They don't stack with other active skills.
Yeah, exactly. So if you have a Philip, then it's like, oh, okay. If you run him with infantry, I think it is, right? Then Philip just comes along and it's like, okay, well, your buff doesn't do anything anymore. Great. Good job.
Yep. What do we conclude here?
That
That,
he
like,
sucks.
I think his field use would be at best with BQ? Maybe? Maybe with Arthur. Maybe with Arthur this works.
I think, man, but is Philip not just better everywhere where you would use him? Or am I crazy?
Maybe? Brian says he's better in a garrison. Damn, I guess we're gonna have to garrison test.
Yeah. I saw some decent results with Gorgo from some tests, but I didn't see, like, for other troop types and leadership even, it looked like it was just worse than whatever else he had available.
You already tested with Achilles? Yeah, we did that last week. We did the Achilles Hector last week.
Bro, how are you almost losing to archers, man, in a 1v1 with a single target commander?
With calves.
Yeah, with calves. Against the most AoE march in the game, that's just killing everything around it. Like, imagine in a murder ball, the difference between these two marches. And it's like equal.
Oh, I'm gonna win.
Yeah, but it's very
And
close.
I have the special unit.
Yeah, that too. You
have the Germany advantage.
Defense because of that. Like, you should be destroying me here. Like, absolutely annihilating me. But you're not.
Nope.
I guess just keep bringing them out and I'll run some different stuff into him. Until we run out of time.
Yeah. We'll do a few more. I think we draw our conclusion. Yeah. I just opened my phone. I was like, what was I doing? Oh yeah, gonna log the food I just ate. I track it all, baby. I track everything.
You need to get sponsored by a macro tracking app.
Yeah, actually, that is a thing, but they're just not doing it currently.
There's some fitness content creators I watch that are sponsored by some. I'm not gonna mention the company because we're not giving free promo. You gotta sponsor Chisgule to get that.
Yeah. Hey, no free promos.
Yep.
But I will say tracking was just huge. That was like... Because I just didn't understand. I was like... Oh, we got a crab rave. I was like, what's the difference? Like, this is meat, that's meat, they're all meat. And it's like, well... really, like... Pulled pork is very different than ground beef, which is very different than chicken or turkey. And it just... That just goes on and on. It's like, the macros are just so different. How good would you rate Achilles?
Achilles?
Yeah.
Same tier as Arthur BQ probably.
Yeah, I agree.
I would say below QSH, but as good as like Arthur BQ.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think QSH still stands in that tier on his own, to be honest.
Yeah, I completely agree. Is Attila outdated? I mean, I don't use him. The only thing Achilles has going for him is the AoE. No, that's exactly true.
That's all he needs.
Yeah, he's a one-trick pony. He has AoE. It is circle AoE. And he can trigger it again. And he amplifies the damage of it. Like, yeah, he is the definition of a one-trick pony. For sure.
Yeah, and he's with Cav, so he's definitely a pony.
Yeah, he's a pony. Yo, Google was my idea. Thank you for the prime, dude. He's a pony. I do think Hector is decent. But is that just, you know, Arthur kind of carrying here?
But it still lost to Arthur. I mean, if you look back at the Arthur Achilles report, you lost the trade by 20,000 steps.
Yeah.
In that 1v1 where you should excel, and Arthur, and Achilles should be weak. Okay.
Yeah, right.
We're running
so, like,
through the main
what do you value more? Achilles AoE damage or Hector's debuffs? And, like, the answer's obviously Achilles AoE damage.
Yeah.
Not even close. How are you and Cortex handling will to skill? Ooh, I know what I'm going to do, but what are you doing about that, Cortex?
I'm putting heads into Mr. Achilles.
Yeah, there it is. I'm going to do the same thing.
Here's your troll combo.
Oh, bruh.
I ran through all the other ones.
If I lose to this, it's over.
That's why I geared some
It's
funny
over.
stuff just in case. I have another one prepared if we have time. No, you're good.
Oh, okay, yeah, we should do another one. Because I think I'm going to beat this one.
Yep. The next one might not be so lucky. Okay, but this is Cavs against Archers with Ramses. It shouldn't even be this close, to be
We're going to, like, barely win this one.
No, I mean, you're winning quite handedly, but it shouldn't, like, I don't feel like I should even get you to half health.
Okay. I kind of agree.
But maybe the new Cav. Maybe. I just feel like AoE is such a requirement these days. I don't know.
I completely agree. If a commander doesn't have AoE, you just forget
Unless
about it
they
for
give
the
it
open
some
field.
like ridiculous high single target damage factor.
I agree.
Which
Completely
like you
agree.
have the issue of like balancing around swarming, right? Because if you give a commander really high single target damage, sure, it might be balanced for open field, but the second you swarm a building with that, it's gonna be super broken, right? So it's a really hard thing to balance.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you got a Shajar combo. I'm gonna lose. Shajar with CY circle.
It's the circle. Come on, the healing power. We shall overcome.
Yeah, I think you're gonna beat me. Well, I might win.
Don't think we'll get to the end of the fight, to be honest.
You're a paramedic? Oh, cool. Watch your kidney with all the protein. Yeah, so I started taking creatine. But before I did, I saw my doctor and insisted on having some blood work done to make sure that I'm good. That was when I had blood work done a couple months ago, and I literally almost passed out. That was fun. It turns out when they say that you're supposed to fast before having blood work done, when they're like fast for 12 hours, it should be like pretty close to 12 hours, like, but like not like 16 hours or longer. So I went longer than 12 hours by like a meaningful amount, and they were like, no, don't do that again.
I mean, also, speaking of formations, right? Circle got released and then they discontinued true damage.
Here's my take. This is just my opinion.
Mhm.
Every time they release a new formation, they should give you 4 free armament swaps.
I agree.
Just they should release formations whenever they want. And every time they do, here's 4 free armament swaps.
I agree.
Straight up.
But then they're not gonna make as much money from the swap bundle.
I think, personally, that people are going to be more satisfied and stick with the game longer, and they'll make more money other ways if they can just switch the armaments they have to whatever's new and good. And it's just 4. So like if you get a better armament, you're going to have to use the conversion stones or whatever. Like those are still relevant.
Right. And like for Wedge, I think I need about 120 stones right now.
You're trying to get rid of what? 3
No, I mean, if
different
it's a
sets of
new-
armaments?
Yeah, I mean, I have 12 specials on Wedge. So
Cooked.
that's like when I need gems now. I've been buying that swap bundle because I'm like, okay, I need to be ready for when this new skill damage formation comes out.
That's
so I
right.
can just swap all of it over.
That's 100% right.
Oh, we're not even gonna get a report. How sad.
Oh, wow. That's how it was happening. So what do we conclude here with our good friend Hector? I said in my tier list that at best he was a gap fill. And I think he still can be gap fill, but I don't even think he's that good at it.
Right. The thing is, you're releasing a gap fill when a previously released gap fill already exists by the name of Philip that I would argue is a better commander. So unless you need 2 gap fills, which I don't think any meta lineup really needs 2 gap fills right now. I think 1, sure. 2, I don't think so. I think you can do better. So I would put Philip over Hector in all spots where you need a gap fill. And yeah, I don't see any use for him in the open field. I really don't.
Yeah. So then the thing he has to be good at is garrison.
Right. But then why didn't they just make him a garrison commander? The questions will never... Like, it would have been a great idea as well, by the way. Having a versatile garrison commander that could have done smite damage, could have done combo damage, could have done skill damage. That's exactly what leadership garrison needs, because we have Hera that does skill damage and has a skill damage boost, and it's kind of awkward. And Hera's getting old, Shapur got released, he nerfed shields, etc, etc. Leadership is in desperate need of a new garrison that can just gap fill next to a Eleanor, next to a Gorgo, next to a Tokugawa, next to a, I don't know, CY, right? Like, just anything. Like, it would
You
have
hear
been
this
really...
passion coming from Cortex? You know he has a... This is how you know someone has a leadership set right there. That's how you know. Listen to that. Like, your level of passion just came out of nowhere, and it's like, yep, that man's got a leadership set. 100%. That is.
I got no leadership set.
Rose got a leadership set. That's your best set of gear, too, isn't it?
I can share it to you. I'm sad about
Yeah.
it. But,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like... It would have been a great opportunity, right? Instead, they released this garbage guy that doesn't do anything in the field, and you can maybe use him in garrison with Gorgo or something, maybe. But it's just like, why? What are we doing?
Well, so there's one final option, which is that somehow he is posturing for something that comes next. So the two things that are a maybe in my book is, one, is he good in the garrison? And I'd say that what I really want to do to feel confident is just run a balance test. So that's something that I want to do in the next couple days. And then the next thing would be maybe he's setting up for something in the future and we just don't really know what it is, and it'll make sense when it happens. But, you know, I generally don't want to invest in a commander in the hopes that they're relevant in the future. Like, they're either relevant now or... like, they're not relevant,
right,
is generally my position on that.
I showed you the end game.
On the topic, you sent me your equipment.
Yeah.
Let's look at this leadership stuff. Ooh. Yeah, coin too. And ring, and they're level 5. Oh my god. Wait, dude, that gear is really good. That's crazy.
Hey, this is what one once a while, okay? Don't knock it.
You're all in.
Garrisoning the 60 MX.
Wait. Your instrument doesn't have an inscription, bro.
Yeah, this is my second archer set, I know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
It's for field. This is for field, yeah. It's on my Philip right now. But, yeah.
So, money where my mouth is. Let's do some will to skill real quick on the main. We're just gonna put another 190 sculptures into Achilles real quick. I will money where my mouth is on this.
And I've seen some people say like, oh, you're saying Hector is bad because you don't want to max him and you don't want to spend heads. Listen, after you saw my leadership set just now, do you really think I don't want him to be good? If he was good, it would be amazing for me. Imagine if he was like broken primary commander. Like, I mean, I'd be the happiest governor in the game. But, like, I want him to be good as much as Chisgule wants him to be good. That also has a leadership set. That everyone that has a leadership set, I want him to be good, right? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, people saying like, oh, you don't want him to be good because you don't want to max him. Come on, bro. Like, you know how OP I would be if there was an OP leadership commander? Like, oh my god. And that's why, like, Philip really saved lead. Can you imagine if Philip didn't get released, Chis?
It'd be crazy.
Can you imagine if that was like another city garrison commander or something? Or a siege commander instead of Philip? Like the dire state our leadership gear would be in right now? Like, at least we have Philip. At least we have Philip.
This is just my opinion. Doesn't mean I'm right. But, like, you know, when Trajan was released and leadership was meta in Canyon for years, and he is literally still meta in Canyon.
Yeah.
Like, you have to continue to support that, because at this point, so many people have put so much into that line of gameplay. Now, in fairness,
don't get me wrong, my Trajan is really strong in Canyon, but
in fairness, I would argue that actually, like, 2 leadership marches is meta in Lost Canyon at this point. So, like, you almost need, like, 2 sets if you really want to.
The, like, Philip Mulan stuff, or Philip Shajar and the Trajan Mulan.
Philip Shajar really popped off.
Yeah.
That was crazy. Like, I could not believe.
You can also run, like, a non-crit archer set on that. If you have, like, let's say 2 archer sets, 1 crit, 1 non-crit. Right? You could run, like, a non-crit archer set on Philip Shajar.
I could not believe. Let me see here. What am I at? I need 5 more.
When Philip got released, I did run Philip Shajar, but like in regular Canyon, I just tried to drop Trajan, but then realized Trajan was still broken, so yeah. What will it take for Trajan to fall out of Canyon meta? So Trajan, like, you need to look deeper into Trajan to find out why he's so strong in Canyon, and the answer, at least in my opinion, really lies in his fort skill, where you can stack up to 60% defense, which is quite ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
That you can get just 60% defense, right, in a prolonged fight, which obviously is Canyon. Especially when you pair with another tanky commander like Shajar that can keep healing you up and has a big heal when you hit 50% health. Yeah, it's very, very strong. And also, don't get me wrong, his buffs are obviously great. But I feel like his buffs are getting worse than they used to be, right? Because people are now running Arthur with what's his name, Achilles in Canyon, and they're running BQs with Luches and so on. So the skill damage buff is not as potent as it used to be. But
the rage is still good.
Yeah, the rage is amazing. And he's just incredibly tanky. And just, yeah, insane frontline.
Yeah.
Although he does have on this active skill that he makes himself take 25% more damage for 3 seconds, which isn't amazing, but
that's kind of crazy that he even does that. I remember when they released him, it was like, why? Like, why does he do that?
And it's like, I still don't know why. It's like a really feel-bad thing. It's like Cao Cao expertise as well, you know? Why are you losing defense?
Right. But, you know, Omniarch kind of had a rant recently where he was like, why are the commander descriptions, like, getting, like, so long? And he has kind of an interesting point that it's like, why does the active skill on Trajan need to do 400 damage factor? Like, if we're trying to remove lines of text, like, what if he did less things and just was better at the things he did?
I don't know. To me, Rock's commander skills are not complex. But maybe I'm just a seasoned Rock player at this point, so...
I think you're seasoned. Yeah.
That might be why.
I think you're seasoned.
But I mean, comparing to other games that have, like, skills and stuff, it's a lot more complicated a lot of the time than Rise of Kingdoms.
Yeah, I wouldn't put Rise of Kingdoms as being overly complex. I agree. But I also think, like, in some cases, you could kind of simplify it. Like...
Yeah, you can. And the way they added the option to simplify the skill descriptions is really, really poor. Because it just doesn't show you anything anymore. Because you have that little switch you can flick right in the bottom right. But it just doesn't tell you anything.
You're funny. So. That is funny and true. They added this in Call of Dragons as well. Where, like, if you just want the gist, like, you can have that.
It gives you the gist, but all it does is just remove all the numbers from the screen.
Yeah, it's not that different.
Does. It just removes the numbers from the screen.
Yeah. It removes the numbers and the details in the parentheses.
Yeah. And
it's definitely simpler. It's definitely simpler.
When I was developing my website, I had to write every single commander skill down. And so I did it kind of in my own style. I didn't write it one-to-one what it was in game. I, like, wrote it the way I would have wrote the skill.
Huh.
So that was, like, an interesting experience as well.
Yeah, actually having to write it yourself?
Yeah. So I was like, how would I write these skills? And then I just yeah, went through every single commander skill of every single commander and just wrote them down the way I would have written them. But yeah.
So I think next steps here, we gotta test Hector in the garrison with balance mode. And I'm gonna have to figure out...
We need some governors to help us.
Yes, what governors want to join us on that journey. You know, the best part is you don't even have to pop an expansion.
That's true.
Descriptions should be even more detailed, says Taver.
Yeah.
Well, you know, the funny thing is that they can be more descriptive. What I'm proposing is that certain skills could do fewer things. Like, Trajan was a really good example. Where it's like, what if you took the damage factor off of here and you just did more skill damage boost and more rage boost or something? I don't know, I guess you kind of don't want more rage boost in a way.
I mean, more skill damage boost would have been nice. I do agree that I think having commanders be more all in on something would be better. Like, Trajan is not, like, his purpose is not to do a damage factor, so why does he have a damage factor?
Right.
And also, like, let's say they thought, like, when Trajan was released, that, I don't know, the buff was too OP, right? But they added this, you take 25% extra damage. Why add that? Just make the buff weaker, right? If you think the buff is too strong.
Right.
Like, I feel like there are just adjustments they could have made to the core part of Trajan, which is the buff. They could have made it stronger or weaker, remove the damage factor, remove the increased self-damage taken.
Right.
And just, like, changed how his core mechanic works.
Right. Like, if you want to make him simpler, you take the 400 damage factor off the active skill and you take the debuff away that makes him take more damage.
Yeah. And maybe that would just leave him balanced, right? Because you remove the damage factor, that removes some power from him. And then you remove the damage increase to himself, and that gives him some power back, right? So, yeah, I don't know.
There's probably a way to have approached it. Yeah.
But I think, I don't know. I feel like they, if I was the game developers, I would take more freedom, and I think they should feel like they have more freedom to go back and change old commander skills, rather than doing this museum stuff.
True. I'm really shocked the museum doesn't make more commanders relevant. I find that so shocking. Like, if I'm going in and adding a museum buff to, you know, Hannibal Barca, like, bro, I am making him so good. Like, he's a VIP commander. Like, I would make Hannibal Barca borderline meta, if not meta.
Minamoto as well.
Sure.
And yeah, I don't know. Barca is like a really weird thing that they haven't done anything about, because he's so irrelevant. So irrelevant.
Yes, even in the early game, he's like,
yeah.
It's like, why is he here?
For example, Mina, you use him to rally barb forts. You can. He's very strong in the early game, and even when you get to SOC, if you're someone that have Mina maxed, you can use Mina. It's not like it's terrible. It's usable. Like, Mina is a very strong single target damage factor commander. He does really high single target damage. Like, he's kind of like a Hector, to be honest. So, like, Mina is not bad, but Barca, man, there's no incentive to buy him. Like, if you're just thinking from a monetary standpoint for the game to, like, make money from him, there is zero incentive to buy his bundles. There's nothing. And they don't even give gems, right? The VIP bundles. It's like, why would you ever buy that?
Right. They added something in the early game, but then it disappears later. There's an event that gives you, like, a temporary buff on Barca, Double C, and Minamoto.
Yeah.
I forget what Barca's is. I think you get to free recruit troops every day.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I made a video about this a long time ago. It's just in the first, like, 30 days of a server's existence, though. So it's like, how many people are going to have Barca in that time frame? Not many.
Yeah.
Right? It's like... I agree with you that there's some opportunity to go back and take some of the older commanders, particularly the VIP commanders, and make them punchy.
And I think also the gold key commanders, because I'm thinking about the new SOC governor experience. I think this is the single most important experience that they need to focus on in the game. Because these are the fresh players coming into SOC, and you don't want them to enter SOC, fight against players that have played for all these years, and just immediately get demoralized and be like, why am I even playing this game? Because I can't do anything.
Yeah.
You need to make these older commanders. And the ironic part is that you don't even unlock the museum relics and the museum buffs and the ability to earn museum coins until you get to SOC when you need them. Which is like, why can't you start building that up from the start of the game so you can have the museum coins ready for when you enter SOC so that you can at least get these relics to buff them up a bit.
It's an interesting point.
But that's another story anyway. And the same thing goes, by the way, for equipment and armaments. Why don't you start the game having access to equipment and armaments? Why do you unlock it in KVK 2? You need to start building up your equipment and armament really early so that you can start matching these players. That's at least my opinion.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Like, you can only start collecting armaments and gear in KVK 2. That means all this time you've just wasted, whilst everyone in SOC are still gathering gear, gathering armaments, and you just can't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, you can make up for the time with velocity. So, like, when they do arrive, you could really accelerate their progress with them if you wanted. It's tricky, like, different games kind of handle these things in different ways. Some games, for example, have a generation-based system where players from different generations literally never match with each other ever. And so that, in a way, solves the problem of, like, an older player versus a younger player. But that comes with the downside of, like, you can never transfer to a certain kingdom as well. Ever. Not possible. Do you see what I mean? Like, if you're in a super young kingdom, you literally, they don't let you transfer to a super old kingdom. Yeah. So there's advantages and disadvantages to some of these different systems. I've seen so many of these dang things.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like they need to do something. And, like, the museum relics are one thing, right? Like, sure, you can just overbuff a commander into Narnia to the point where, like, they just become good because they have that many stats. But
right.
Like,
but they didn't do that even with a lot of the commanders.
I mean,
here.
They haven't done that. Like, YSG is a good example of someone that's worked out. But yeah, other than that, and YSG would still be good if he didn't have the relic, by the way. But anyway, like,
but YSG is a great example of everything that we've talked about, where you said a commander should do a specific thing, and he's like the skill damage boosting commander, right?
He's the skill damage guy, and then they released QSH, which just really wants a skill damage boosting guy, and boom, you have the perfect match, right? You have a dude that does 62% skill damage boost, and you have the guy that really just wants skill damage boost. Perfect, amazing.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you there.
But, like, I feel like they need to they should take more freedoms to go back and change commanders, like entire kits, how they work, because it doesn't need to just be a museum relic. Like, for example, Genghis Khan or Edward or Tomeris or some of these commanders that just have kits that just don't really work, even if you buff them. It's just weird, right? Like, I don't know.
They were doing that when they released Herman Prime. I thought, like, okay, Poison, Tommy Synergy, it's all going to work out. I think there's a world where they can play off of the kits of early commanders and make them more relevant. And I would argue, you know, they have taken liberties to refine some of the commanders. Like, they redid CJ and Bertrand, which was awesome.
Correct, which is two good examples, right?
Yeah.
When they did that. But for example, with Tomeris, there's a simple change they could make. Don't make her active skill, remove her poison stacks, because that like removes the whole purpose, right? Like, they should, for example, with Tomeris, in my opinion, they should change how that works, because if you pair Herman with Tommy, like, if she didn't clear the stacks, it would actually be quite a decent pairing, right? I'm not saying meta, but I'm saying it would be fine. If, like, let's say Tomeris' active skill did something completely different. Now, I don't know exactly what that would be. It could just be a single target damage factor if they want to keep it simple. It could be something else. It could be, I don't know, increase amount of poison stacks they take over the next 4 or 5 seconds. I don't know, something like that, you know? Could be interesting for, like, a Herman synergy. But there are so many commanders that just have kits that don't function. Like Edward, his higher rage requirement doesn't function. Honda doesn't function. Like, I feel like the longer this game goes on, there's just this massive graveyard and pile of commanders in this graveyard that's just stacking up and up and up. And
You've seen my tier list, right? The just no category.
Yeah,
right? Like, that's what it is. The graveyard, the commander graveyard.
Yeah. Which,
yeah, I think
it's
really you're right.
Strange.
That it would be really cool, and I said this long ago, but it would be really cool if things you collect have ongoing value.
Yes, 100%.
Right? In some form or another. Like, there's an advantage to having it. And they've kind of done that with auxiliary skills, but it's pretty limited, quite frankly. And so while it's cool, it's really not like daily or periodic or like recurring value. Which, like, I don't know, in a collection game, I think you want to aspire to have a feeling that, like, when you collect stuff, it's value, even if your main use for it no longer is meta.
100%, yeah.
I do think, and an example, by the way, of to your point of like a tweak to Tommy and she's banging, is that when you take Tommy and put her poison skill as an Ox, an auxiliary,
yeah, it's amazing
with Zuge Herman Prime, it's crazy that pops off so hard. Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
So it's like, you know, there are things like that they could do, and also it's a history game, right? A lot of people that I've heard, you know, say they play this game because of historic commanders. That's what got them into it, because they're into history. And like, let's say someone really likes, I don't know, Alexander the Great. Now, he's not the best example because it's actually quite good. But let's say Genghis Khan. Someone really likes Genghis Khan and the history around him and whatever. And they play this game and they're like, oh, I want to play with Genghis Khan, you know? And they come into it and it's like, this guy is terrible. Why would I ever play with him? Like, it's a part of that too, where it's like people's favorite sort of historical figures, and also, I mean, it's kind of undermining their like strength in history, right? Where it's like really Genghis Khan is this like guy in this game? Like, really? Is that all he is? And like Lu Bu and like these guys are really, I don't know, is that really all they are?
Right.
Like, cause I feel like that was a really like good thing about ROK, was the historical aspect, and that people got attached to the game because of the historical figures and all the history behind the stuff. And it was quite interesting even for myself. I mean, I was quite a young kid when I started playing and I didn't know everything, but I've learned a lot of history from playing the game. And yeah, I mean, it would have been cool, like, you know, knowing all the conquering that Genghis Khan did, for instance. Like, why can I not use him in the game without just getting completely wrecked? Like, when he's meant to be one of the strongest historical figures of all time.
Yeah. That is interesting. Like, it'd be neat if there was some sort of system where it's like, I love this commander and I have a way to make him or her super relevant. Even if they aren't meta, like, there's a way to make them good. And it's personal. It's just for your account.
Right. Or this is something I've seen in other games, actually. They could add an event or a game mode or some sort of thing where you require multiple teams. And what I mean by that is, let's say a canyon lineup is 5 marches, right? That means that once you use this lineup once, you can't use it again, and now you have to use other commanders.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen other games implement something similar, where like, once you use like certain commanders once, you can't use them again in the same event during that event period. So it forces you to expand more and look more into your commander pool, and maybe you can pull some commanders out that you wouldn't normally use, but you could make use of them in these specific events where your commander choices are limited, right?
I know exactly what you're talking about. And I do generally think that would be a really cool addition to Rise of Kingdoms, actually. Totally not biased because my roster's so goddamn deep. But
yeah, I mean, it's the same for me, but like, we have these massive rosters of commanders, right? I mean, I don't know, I probably have, what, like 80, I don't even know how many legendary commanders I have max, right? But it's a lot. So the fact that I have this massive roster, and you have even more than I do, but the fact that we have these massive rosters of commanders, and we can't use half of them. And like, another example, I'm just scrolling through my command list here, Leonidas, what a cool historical figure, and I can't use him. Like, what a shame, right? But, like, they need to add something. Like, sure, if they're not going to go back and rework the skills and make them all usable, because, you know, you only have 7 marches anyway, so you can only use 14 commanders at a time. That's fine in the open field in regular KVK. But add some event, add some game mode where you're forced to use different commanders, where you can't use multiple commanders multiple times. Or, sorry, the same commanders multiple times. And where you're forced to just go deep into your commander pool and you know, you're forced to maybe, like, let's say you're like, oh, okay, maybe I use my ZL here, but then I shouldn't use QSH, and I can bring QSH to use with YSG in my second team, right? You can create synergies, and maybe it's like, oh, I need to use Tommy because I have Tomeris maxed in one of my teams, so then maybe I should bring Herman to that team, so I can make the synergy with Herman and Tommy because I'm forced to use Tommy anyway. And I need to use Leonidas. Maybe I should bring one to the team with Leonidas because they have quite a decent synergy together. You know, things like that. It would force players to get creative and to build teams of different commanders that are not commonly used, and it would, I don't know, bring more life into all these commanders that are in this graveyard like we spoke about, at least in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many ways to do it. Like, you could have a balanced canyon mode. Not that canyon's my favorite, but like you build 3 canyon teams.
Yeah, for example.
You can't reuse a commander.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's tons of ways to do that. And I'm not saying that that's particularly a game mode that I want. So like, please don't give me more ways to play Canyon. That's not my favorite. But like, yeah, I think there's certainly some ways they could go about that.
It's just valuing players' investment, you know. I think that's the main thing.
Yes.
Because players invest and they want to feel like their investment was worth it. And in this game, in many cases, you just feel like, why did I do that? Which really shouldn't be a feeling that you're left with when you invest in anything in a game like this, where a lot of real money is involved and a lot of time and energy. And if you make a mistake here, it's very, very hard to recover from that mistake in many cases.
Yeah, I'm with you. I am with you. I mean, I think... Yeah, I mean, fundamentally, this is a collection game. So I agree that collection should be rewarded heavily. Mm-hmm. And that there's an opportunity to reward Commander collection more than they do currently. I'm with you on that. With all that said, brother, I think I'm going to go pick up my daughter at the bus today. I think I'm going to try to walk it. I haven't walked that far, but I think I can now, so I'm going to try it. See how it goes. Cortex, a pleasure as always streaming with you, bro. I appreciate you dropping on.
Thank you for having me, as always.
Yeah, man. Big thank you again to the makers of the game for sponsoring the stream. I had a lot of fun today. Very fun spitballing ways to, you know, improve the game that we love and enjoy playing every day. But Cortex, if people want to see your videos about Rise of Kingdoms, where can they go?
You can find me on YouTube. That's youtube.com/cortexrok. And I do streams and videos on there.
youtube.com/@cortexrok. I dropped that in the chat. There we go.
Thank you.
Awesome, dude. I appreciate you. We should do this again soon with a garrison test.
Yeah,
that'd be fun. All right, cool.
Yep.
Take care, everybody. I'll see you soon. Until next time, you have fun smashing your enemies. Take care, everybody.
Smashing the kingdom.
Smashing the kingdom. Let's go.
No